So students, we were studying sources of agriculture credit. We did NABARD, right? Rural cooperative credit institutions. Then now we'll be doing commercial banks. The banks, PNB Bank, SBI Bank, OBC Bank, ICICI Bank, they are the commercial banks. They do all the activities, borrowing, lending, everything they do. Right? Commercial banks also operate in rural area. They open their branch and they work. They give credit, short-term credit, micro credit to the rural poor so that they can open and they can earn their livelihood. Then it was later felt, why not to open a separate regional rural banks for the rural area? Right? They did every work what a commercial bank did. Regional rural bank, when you go, which are also known as Grameen Bank, when you go to villages, you come to hear on the board, you come to read, often you read that this is a Grameen Bank. Right? Name of the, some of the like Andhra Grameen Bank, Kerala Grameen Bank, Himachal Pradesh Grameen Bank, Punjab Grameen Bank. They are few examples of the regional rural banks. These banks provide loan, credit, allied banking activities. Okay. Every regional rural bank is backed up by some commercial bank. What I am saying, every regional rural bank is backed up by some commercial bank, some bank. But for example, Punjab Grameen Bank is backed up by who controls its activity? PNB, Punjab National Bank. Every regional rural bank is sponsored by some other bank. Like in Punjab Grameen Bank is sponsored by PNB. Himachal Pradesh Grameen Bank sponsored by PNB. Likewise, in your area, in your state, the bank which is operating in rural area will definitely be backed up by some other bank, sponsored by some other bank, other commercial bank, right? The regional rural banks were established under the Act 1976. When you will be writing about the sources of agriculture credit and when you will be talking about regional rural bank, everything you have to mention. You have to mention under which act it was established, under Act RRB Act 1976. Every regional rural bank is sponsored by some other bank. Examples of the bank you have to give, right? So regional rural bank, why it was established? Particularly the work was to develop rural area, providing banking facility, agriculture credit. Specifically, their motto and focus in their objectives for rural people, rural area, agriculture things, right? Okay. Now, the last but not the least, microfinance institutions. Let's see what is microfinance institution. Microfinance institutions. Microfinance institutions are the institution, how it see what happens. A, B, C. C wants rural, poor, C needs credit. He is a rural poor or needs a credit, not a rural poor takes. He needs a credit. He will approach to B. B will take loan from A further give loan to C. A will give loan to B at I1. Further, B will give loan to C at I2. Now, I1 will be less than I2. This the ruler person will get loan from B at a rate which will be higher. But you will say, higher rate, why will then one approach to MFI, microfinance institution? Keep thinking. Majority of people approach to MFI, but why? Think. It is because of the reason easy approachable. Secondly, there is no security to be given to B. In case of at the time of taking loan, there is no security, collateral security asked by B from C. See, if you are taking loan from me and I'm just giving you loan without any security, which is feasible, easy, approachable, accessible, flexible, microfinance. Now B is acting as a microfinance. Now why do we use micro word? See, if C approaches to commercial banks or regional banks, has to give some collateral security first. Secondly, payment of the principal amount and interest or the installment has to be paid yearly. Suppose yearly installment is 12,000 rupees and yearly per annum, right? But in microfinance, either monthly basis or weekly basis one has to pay. In a short duration one has to pay. Because in weekly and monthly basis one has to pay, the amount which one will pay back will be less, small, as compared to be paid yearly. Suppose you take loan from me and I say you pay back the tenure per week, every week you have to give me. And the other person say pay me after a year. Yearly you have to give 12,000 rupees. Per month, if it is per month, I am asking you to give me per month. Per month 1,000 rupees. For a rural poor where liquidity problem is there, they do not have bulk amount with them, paying 1,000 rupees is easy as compared to 12,000 accumulated amount per after a year. That's why people approach to MFI. Thirdly, now this C person is not an individual. He's a group of people, and that group of people is self-help group of 10 to 15, 17 to 20 people. Self-help group. Self-help group. Now what does this self-help group does? Combination of few people, they bring their funds together. Whosoever is in need, that person. Suppose there are 20 people in the group. Everybody brings funds, and suppose one person out of this 20 people, girl's marriage is there. That fund will be used for the girl's marriage. Likewise, they help each other individually. In a group, they self-help each other. It is self-helping. So, these self-help groups are approached by the MFIs. MFIs are NGOs, non-government organizations. They approach self-help groups. They do not take securities. So any person who's unable to pay, any group, if the group is unable to pay, every person in the group will be responsible to pay. In combination, the whole group has to pay. It's the duty of one single person. He has taken loan, the loan is given to the whole group. Everybody contributes to pay the loan. So this is quite secure psychologically. Loan is quite tension giving. Paying back takes your psychology, blows off your head. So when there is a group, problem on a group is far better than problem on an individual. In combination, 1 and 1 makes 11. In combination, one works is far better than working individually. Right? So, microfinances, even though they are of high interest rate, people approach to them because there is no collateral security. It is given to the group in which the risk is balanced, divided, easy approachable, and duration to pay, the installment is less, not long term, it is for short duration, which one can pay easily instead of accumulating. Right? So these were the sources of credit in India: NABARD, Rural Cooperative Credit Institution, Commercial Bank, Regional Rural Banks, and MFIs. Right? In this chat, by doing these things, by providing credit, one will be able, rural poor will be able to open and work, meet his day-to-day working, commercial working, economic working, and will be able to earn. When one earns, will be able to pay the loan. After that, along with that, standard of living of rural will improve. 68.8% of rural population is in rural area. Therefore, attention to be diverted towards them. Okay. This is all about in rural development in India. We did chapter 5, Maharashtra Board, Rural Development. This side, Penika. Bye. Kids, okay. Do one thing. When you go to your rural area or you take a walk in the park, don't you think we should be green? We should experience giving life to someone. Let's grow one tree. Day by day, rural areas are getting modernized. Trees are getting cut. Whenever you eat fruit, collect the seeds and throw it in the rural area when you surpass. Try doing it. Collect few seeds of orange or mangoes, sow it in the pot at home. Soon it grows. Plant it, transplant it in the park or in the village when you go. Try this new thing. It gives you relaxation. At least with your hand you have given life to something. Right? So it is all about rural development. We all are, whole world is a family. Inclusive improvement is very important. We'll meet in the next session. Bye. Have a great day.